Okay, this is Map 2, Unit 8, Lesson 3, looking at tangent lines today. And here we go, we're looking at numbers, homework helper numbers 1, 3, 7, 10, 13, and 15. Okay, first of all, looking at number 1, it wants us to find out what the value of x is. When we look at this shape here, because these tangent lines connect here, they always connect at 90-degree angles right there. So I know that this is a 90-degree angle in that corner. I have another 90-degree angle here in this corner. The question says figure out first of all what figure is formed. Because I have four sides, I would call this a quadrilateral. Alright, but it wants me more importantly to find out what x is going to be equal to. So in order to figure that out, what I'm going to have to do is go ahead and add up the angles that I do know. And so I have a 90-degree, I have a 90, and I have a 35 for a total of 215. Because it's a quadrilateral, I know that whole shape is going to have 360 degrees inside of it. So I subtract what I know, the 90, 90, 35, the 215. And by doing that, I find out that what is remaining is 145 degrees. So my value of x is 145 degrees right there. Okay? Number 3. Different kind of problem, but using the same idea, same concept here. First of all, it's important to recognize that when I have this little space right here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. Because it told me what this angle is here, 53, I also know that this angle measurement right here is also 53 degrees. So I have a 53 and a 53, so to figure out this angle measurement, which I have to do in order to figure out the x, so I'm just kind of working my way there. I don't have enough information here. I can know that I have an x, I know that might be 90 altogether, but I don't know what that is to figure out the other missing piece. I have too many missing holes. So I have a 53 and 53. When I add those together, I come up with 106. Okay? So my combined angles here is 106. That tells me that the remaining angle measurement will be 180 minus 106. 180 minus 106 comes out to be 74. So 74 is the angle measurement for this place right here. This is 74 degrees right there in that space, 74. Okay, we good so far? So that's 74. That's why they gave you 53 to figure it out. This whole section right here is 90. So I have a 74, I have a 90, and now I only have one angle missing. So I can take my 90 and add it to my 74 to come up with 164. Because it's a triangle, I can once again do 180 minus 164 to see what remains. And what's left there is 16 degrees, and that is my value of x for number 3. Oops, ran out of space there. So once again, we had 180 minus 164 for 16 degrees for value of x. All right, and the same type of idea for the other ones here on 2, 4, 5, and 6. Looking down at number 7. 7, we're going the opposite way. Now we know it's a tangent, and they want us to figure out what these lengths are. It says to go ahead and use the Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem, once again, was a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And we can call this a, we call that b, and the long side of the hypotenuse, the c squared. In this case, they told me that my a is x, so I can have x squared. My b is 12 squared, but my c is going to be all of this combined, which is actually, sorry, plus sign, I apologize, which is actually going to be equal to x plus 7 squared. Okay? So the x squared stays an x squared, 12 squared becomes 144, and now I have this. So I'm going to move it up here real quick just to do it off to the side. X plus 7 times an x plus 7. I have to go ahead and work that out there. I have x times x is x squared. X times 7 is a positive 7x. A 7 times x is 7x. And a 7 times 7 is a 49. So when I put all together, I end up with it equal to x squared plus 14x plus 49. Okay, putting all those things together there. So I just used the FOIL method there. I don't quite FOIL it. I do a little bird. It's more fun that way. Cute little birdie. Isn't he cute? All right. So now I can figure out, when I move things around, to get x by itself. If I subtract x squared from both sides, x squared goes away. If I subtract 49 from both sides, 144 minus 49 is going to be equal to 95. And I'm left on this side with a 14x. I'm getting a little messy here, so let me slide over here. So what I have left right now is a 95 equals 14x. Okay, by just moving my things around. I'm going to divide both sides by 14 and find out that I get 6.78 equals x. It wants me to round my answer to the nearest tenth, so I'm going to go ahead and round that up to 6.8 is my value for x in this situation. And that's what I get for number 7. Okay? For number 10 I wanted to do just because it's just kind of fun. Really, that's pretty much it. Just a fun little problem to play with. All right. So to do this one, what you're trying to figure out is it wants us to figure out what two angles are. It wants us to figure out this angle right here, UPT. Okay. And it also wants us to figure out what UQP is. So I'm going to go and make it with 2 lines here. So I'm aiming for those ones right there. To do that, I just have to do a lot of little math problems within it, knowing what I know about triangles, 180 degrees. So I'm going to start here. I have 16 there. Because this is tangent, I know that this happens to be 90, which means I need to figure out what's left for that little P section. So 90 plus 16 is 106. So to find out what's left, I do 180 minus 106, and I get 74. So this space right here is 74. Because I have a diameter and a diameter, I have a vertical angle here and here. So this is also 74. You good with that so far? All right. All right. Because this is 2 lines of tangent, I also know that this is 90 degrees and this is 16 degrees as well, which means this angle right here is also 74. So now I have a 74 and an unknown and a 74. This whole thing is supplementary. So I can once again add my 74s together and get 148. I can subtract that from 180, and when I do that, I do 180 minus 148, I come up with 32 degrees for this space right there. So that UPT is 32 degrees. Now I'm not done yet. I have this angle measurement here. One of the things you talked about in class was that when I make this radius go here and here, these 2 angles are going to be equivalent. They're going to be equal. So I've already used 74 degrees out of this whole triangle. So I'm going to take that out of the angle total. It's 180 minus 174, and I end up with 106. And I'm going to take this 106 and divide it between the 2 angles. So 106 divided by 2 is 53. So the angle measurement for UQP is 53 degrees. Okay, so that's how we do number 10. Okay, let's flip it over, looking at the back side on number 13, starting there. It wants us to determine whether a tangent is shown. Is it a tangent? The idea with a tangent is it forms a 90-degree angle. That's what we're supposed to be proving here. If that's the case, then I should be able to use the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, to prove that this side equals that side. That's the idea. So when I look at number 13, if this is a 90-degree angle, and I'm just going to mark it there, I don't know if it is, that's my question, then 6 squared, a squared, plus 8 squared needs to equal the hypotenuse 10 squared. Well, 6 squared is 36, 8 squared is 64, 10 squared is 100, 64 plus 100, 64 equals 100. 100 does equal 100, so we say, yes, this is indeed a tangent line. Okay, because they end up equaling each other. 6 squared plus 8 squared equals 10 squared, all the way worked out, and the answer is yes. If I ended up with different numbers, I would say, no, it's not. That's how that works there. For our last problem today, we're looking at number 15. We have a polygon that circumscribes a circle. And what that means is that the different lengths coming off the angles will be equal. So if this is 9 from here to here, then it's also 9 from there to there. If I have 15 here to here, then it's also 15 here to here. If that's 22, then this is also 22. And now it becomes a matter of just simply adding those things up. So 22 plus 22 is 44. 15 plus 15 is 30. 9 plus 9 is 18. When I add that up, I get 12, carry the 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 for a total of 92. What are they? Centimeters. And that's all you're expected to do there for numbers 14, 15, and on. Okay? Hopefully that's helpful. Have a great day.